Hey guys, Sean here with the Family Outdoors. We're back out for a different camp this time. We're going to be living a little bit of the cabin life. Stick around, see if you enjoy it. Cabin here is quite a beautiful spot. If you look down through here, it goes down to a little river down there. Just absolutely fantastic. Beautiful little 16 by 20 cabin. For everybody, I know you're going to be inquisitive. There she is right there. That's where all the dirty work happens. Let's go check out what's going on inside. Well, this is the inside of the cabin. Got one bed there and a bed there. Couch in between the table, as he's already snacking. This is my beautiful wife. Fully stocked shelf of food and such going on there. Swinging around this way, you can see she's got a little oven set up there. Runs off a propane, wood burning stove. Little window there on the counter. We do have an electrical panel in here that is rigged up to be used with a generator. A friend of ours wired that up one year on his birthday, actually. But for the most part, we use that. We're a little more old-fashioned and like to stick around with that kind of stuff. That it's a little less to pack and bring around, and so we do enjoy that. We'd like to welcome you guys to another video. This is probably going to be a shorter one of a brief little video of cabin life and what we do when we come out here. We slipped away for a quick overnight video here at the cabin, and then decided, hey, we might as well make a video out of it. So I hope you guys enjoy. So one of the primary reasons that we're doing the cabin life videos is that we want to utilize that as opportunity when we come out here to do gear reviews and go over some of the different purchases that we've made. For this particular cabin life video tomorrow, I'm going to be going over a couple of the wood burning stoves that we have. The Biolite 2, gasifire Silverfire Fox knockoff by Rio Rand, Kelly kettle, and I believe that's it for the stoves that I had brought for this cabin life adventure. There are other ones that we will be doing in the future, and there may be more that we're going to be doing tomorrow, but them ones we're going to be doing for sure. So the whole purpose of the cabin life videos is to do a little bit of a gear review, take a look at the stuff that we purchased. It won't be in a sway in one way or another. I'll just go over the product and whether I like it or whether I don't. Now, a lot of people, they'll give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, tell you to buy it, tell you not to. I mean, that's up to you guys to make up your mind yourself. I'll just go over the product, the experience that I've had with it, and the luck that I've had with it. And I hope you guys kind of like that little twist to the cabin life stays that we have here. And it's just something that we figure we can do to add a little bit of excitement, something different to the cabin life videos.
making some deer burgers for supper. And some zucchini and pasta. I like to cook everything on the fire. It takes longer, but tastes better.
Who harvested that deer last fall?
This lady.
What'd you use?
My 7mm.
How far away was it?
About 30 yards.
Very
Went
good.
down fast.
It's a good thing that she had harvested some deer because it was a pretty bleak year last year for both of us. I only harvested my deer tags as well. We didn't get a moose or an elk last year, which is strange for us. Usually we get a bigger animal to accompany and when we're out hunting and harvesting meat for the year. But it was a pretty dry year last year, so we're hoping for better things this season coming up, and stay tuned for that. There will be some videos on that as well. Izzy, what are you doing here, stinking dog? Izzy loves coming out to the cabin where she can run free and be a little menace. It's definitely a treat for her to be able to come out and just do husky stuff, and we're happy to have her along. She was a great addition to our family when we picked her up. We're looking to get a dog, and a husky just seemed to fit well, and she keeps us honest and keeps us active. So it's very nice to have her joining us for all these little adventures. So why do you enjoy going to the cabin?
Because this is the place where I fell in love with my honey.
When was that?
Back in the day.
I thought we met at a camp.
I said fell in love with.
You didn't love me then?
No. Okay.
I wrote you letters for like frickin' 5 years? Okay, we're shutting this off.
Shut her down. So recently I decided to teach myself how to crochet. And I started crocheting, and I made my husband these gloves, fingerless gloves, because I don't know how to make normal gloves. And he finds them handy.
They're fantastic, I might add.
And I made him this wool toque that is very heavy, but he seems to like it. And I made myself one, and I made each of the boys their own toque, so that we have our own warm toques. I've also recently got a leatherworking kit, because I would like to learn how to do that, and eventually learn how to tan our own leather. Did you get the Grizz a treat?
No.
Oh, come here, Grizzy. Look at girl. Sit. Good girl.
Which you won't. Stinking dog. What? What? We're doing filming stuffs, not chewing on these stuffs. Guess I wonder I'm around, hey? Or not. Fantastic meal. What you want? Here, what's that? Can you pass the macaroni, please? Okay.
Wow, dang. Can't see nothing now, can you? Are you gonna take this outside? I'll be like, and then there was light. So we all sitting in the dark. Like, yeah, we're sitting in the dark. And then there's this dead lighter. Don't worry, Shawnee's to the rescue. Then we're in the dark, like, yeah, we're in the dark. And then hopefully
Light it from the top. Top.
then there was light. She's a bright one. Boom. That's how she's done.
Yep. Morning, everybody. We're just getting set here this morning. I just wanted to pop in, say good morning, and we'll get to some reviews here. We're going to go over a few of the twig stoves that we own today, and we'll do a brief look over at them and maybe cook up some brunch using the twig stoves. So we're out, we're going to cook up a bit of brunch. We're going to use the stoves that we usually take on our various different adventures. They're all twig burning stoves. We've got a little gasifier stove that we'll be cooking some eggs on. We've got the Biolite 2 here with the grill. And we also have the kettle that we'll be using to cook some hot chocolate on. The grill will be used with the Biolite to cook up some sausages. And we just got some twigs and stuff busted up here. we'll go a little brief overview over all of them and take it from there. So to start off, we're going to be using the Biolite 2. This is a beautiful little unit. Comes with a few extras like this little USB charger light that's actually pretty handy. Also inside they come with a few of these pre-made little fire blocks like this, which is basically just a compressed cardboard in wax. We'll be using one of those to start the Biolite 2. The Biolite 2 is a little nesting system, so inside the pot, you can see all this stuff isn't an unboxing. This is all stuff that we've had and have used, and have used quite a bit. So inside, you've got your pot, you've got a lid. Inside that nests the actual stove. Also with ours, one of the extras that we had bought, because like most Canadians, we love our coffee, we decided to get the little French coffee press. Now the Biolite 2 also comes with a little bowl, but in order to nest you can only pick one or the other. So we took the little plastic bowl out and we choose to use the French coffee press just because it works for us. That's what we'd rather have. So you pull out the little battery component, you just slip it in, you'll see a hole right here. You just pop in the thermal electric sensor, and down on the bottom it slips into one of the feet. So when you pull that foot ahead, it locks everything all in. Flip the other feet out. Here you can see is where you plug in that little light, or you can plug in your cell phone, electronic cigarettes, whatever charges through USB. It's a fantastic little stove. If you push the button, it'll show, I don't know if you guys can see that, the battery indication. I'm already down a few bars. But batteries here, your fan speed is there, and then your flame intensity is all the way over here. So we're going to just set that down. One of the other find a level kind of spot for it. One of the other additions that we've added onto our Biolite 2 is a grill. We absolutely love this grill. We use the Biolite 2 a lot when we're camping with equipment. Like when we take the Ranger out and we go drive somewhere remote and do wild camping, weight isn't an issue. So it's easy to bring stuff like this. And if fire conditions are not favorable, if it's sometimes you can have conditions that are too dry and you don't really want to have a fire, just to respect the land, you don't want to set it on fire, that we use these a lot to contain the amount of fire and fire hazard you could have from it. To light the Biolite 2, in here I got a little bit of birch bark and some feather sticks. We'll set some of those out, and we'll be using this compressed cardboard that come with the Biolite 2. Light that on fire, chuck her in, drop a few feather sticks in there on top to help it get going big. Now you got to hit the button twice on the front of the Biolite in order to turn the fan on, and it'll put it on the lowest setting. At that point, I'm going to grab a couple twigs and just drop them in here. We have our twigs separated into different piles. We got some fine ones all the way to heavy ones. So we'll start with the little stuff first. all the material's a little bit damp. Everything's covered in snow here, so it's going to smoke a little bit till it gets burning hot and can dry up that moisture a lot quicker. The fan will shut off periodically, so you got to turn it back on until the thermal electric rod can detect heat. Another thing to note too is that you can buy pellets that burn very, very well in these. Turn up the fan speed a little bit. There we go. Now it's starting to get the gasifier effect going on where it's just eating up the smoke now that it's hot enough in there. You can see the gasifier effect, how it's eating the smoke and it's almost making like a whirlwind of fire. I think we're about ready to start throwing the sausages on. Another thing to note with the Biolite, if you have any wind at all, you want to make sure your wind is carrying all the extra flame back out this way. It's not as necessary when you have the grill attachment on because it seats right inside. But if you were to be using the pot that sits on top, you don't want the flames coming out over top of your battery unit. So to cook the eggs, we're going to be using a little gasifier stove. It's a Rio Ran knockoff, or it's a Silver Fire knockoff by Rio Ran. It all nests together, beautiful little setup. So here we have the Kelly kettle. It's a water boiler. This was the first twig stove that I had ever purchased. With it, we got these little pot stands. That fit in the top, and you can set a pot or a pan or whatever on top of there to cook with. Being honest, this is not the best twig burner you will ever come across to do any cooking. It's great for a supplement if you're... Better turn the old sausages down here. It's a great supplement if you're heating up a can of soup or something while you're making yourself a bit of tea. But it's definitely not the best unit to be cooking with, dang it, as it boils the water out of the unit awful quickly. So you got to constantly keep water in the chamber. It's a double-walled chimney, so the heat and the smoke will come up through the center, and the water is all the way around the chimney. In order to cook with this unit, with that top attachment that I showed you, you're constantly putting water in there. It's such an efficient boiler that it is always boiling the water out of it, and it'll boil it right dry, and you don't want to run it dry. Now, with that being said, should you choose, it comes with this little hobo stove attachment that you can set right on top the firebox. And the firebox, you want to have these two openings here, wherever direction the wind is coming from. And then that way, it'll help feed the air into the fire. We're just going to prep that firebox with a little bit of the shavings that I had done up this morning. So to fill the Kelly kettle, you pull this little orange stopper out and you leave it out. You don't want to have that in when you're boiling water. Just pour the water down into the spout. This is the Trekker model, so this is the smallest of the Kelly kettles that you can purchase. There you can see the water is right up to the lip. I might have put a bit too much in there, but that's alright, it'll just boil itself out. The sausages are looking really good. I think it's about time to get going with the eggs. Just going to light a bit of birch bark in there. Throw a little bit more on the top. And again, with this gasifier stove, it'll have to dry out the little twigs and stuff before the gasifying effect will start and work fully. I'm going to open the lid here a little bit as some heat management, because I think our sausages are definitely getting done. So this is quite a challenge, attempting to use 3 twig burning stoves all simultaneously and have your meals turn out when you want them to, but we're going to give it a go regardless. Should probably be doing this someplace where you guys can see it, so I'm going to move the Kelly kettle temporarily off to the side. Got a bit of shell in that one.
Yep.
Now this is quite a big pan to be using on that little gasifier, but it's the pan I have, so we're going to use it. We basically just got our sausages simmering away on there now. this thing stocked up with some good fuel for putting this pan on. Now, one thing you'll notice with this gasifier, we'll take a shot down underneath, is both this one and the Kelly kettle have open bottoms. And with a little peek underneath there, you can see why we have the board sitting on top of the table, because it will burn the table if we don't. So we have them underneath there. We're fine if the boards burn a little bit, but yeah, they're open bottom, so you got to be aware of that. If you're using this in the bush in dry conditions, that could be a problem. You'll have to find a rock or something similar to set it on. So you can see with the big pan, this little gasifier stove handles it quite well. It's sitting on a bit of a slant, so the pan wants to slide with it right off there, so you got to watch it pretty close. Our sausages are just simmering away here now. They're pretty done. It's an old camp trick though. If you burn them like charcoal, it'll keep you from getting sick. Alright, so the eggs are booting along there good. I'm going to throw a spark to the Kelly kettle and get the water going for hot chocolate. It'll light straight away. You want to come take a shot of the chimney effect. Alright, so the eggs are booting along there good. I'm going to throw a spark to the Kelly kettle and get the water going for hot chocolate. It'll light straight away. Kelly kettle, you just feed everything down from the top. You gotta be watched, kind of tilt it in from the side, because if you go straight over the top, she's gonna bite you. It's quite warm. As you can see, it's already steaming the water, and we've hardly paid it any attention. Pop some more feather sticks into there. So our eggs are pretty well done here. The water will be boiled shortly. It generally takes 3 to 5 minutes to boil water with the Kelly kettle. Sausages are definitely done. And all of this is done just on twig burning stoves with actual twigs that you find in the bush. Things would have been a little smoother if we used pellets in the Biolite, but we wanted to do it all natural, where it was all stuff that you found in the bush if you carried these things out there. It should be noted that some of these items, in particular the Kelly kettle, which you can hear is boiling already, and the Biolite too, are quite heavy. They're not something you're going to throw in your backpack and go on a hiking trip somewhere. These items are useful when you're using assistance by means of a quad or a side-by-side, a vehicle, just general camping kind of items. But I don't know, they're not for everybody, but they are fantastic items at the same time. You can see it's bubbling away there really good. Is that a good boil now? I'll want to stop it before it gets jumping too hard so it doesn't spit a bunch of the water out. If you take a look around the base here, you'll see that the Kelly kettle, like the gasifier stove, is hot on the bottom and it's burning the board it's sitting on. So again, if you're in the bush, you've got to be conscious of that kind of stuff, that you don't catch the country on fire. That is most definitely sufficiently boiled. So to take this thing off, you want to grab the chain, hold it over your fingers, grab each side of these handles. I'm going to walk the firebox to the edge of the board and then lift it straight up and set it down. Now if you so choose, if you wanted to continue cooking with this after you've boiled your water, you can just slap on your little hobo stove and add some more fuel to it. But that's our brunch with nothing but twig burners. We're going to get our cups out here and get some hot chocolate on the go, and then we'll get to eating. thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. Again, that's brunch on nothing but twig burners, and these are the twig burners that we use on our trips and our outings. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.